and Russian drone and missile strikes in Ukraine have killed 10 people and injured at least 76 over the past day, reports say. Officials in 5 regions around the country reported fatalities as Moscow continues to target Ukrainian cities with regular aerial attacks.
The United States military says 2 service members participating in a multinational military exercise in Morocco are missing. In a statement on Sunday, its African command, AFRICOM, said the pair went missing on Saturday, close to the Cap Dra training area near the city of Tan Tan in the country's southwest. Israel has given final approval for a multi-billion-dollar deal to buy 2 new combat squadrons of advanced F-35 and F-15IA fighter jets from United States manufacturers Lockheed Martin and Boeing. The Ministry of Defense says Israel's Ministerial Committee on Procurement signed off on the deal as the initial phase of a 350 billion shekel Dogreim 19BN program to boost the country's armed forces and strengthen readiness ahead of a demanding decade for Israeli security. It said on Sunday.
And OPEC Plus has agreed to a modest, largely symbolic oil output increase for June as the United States-Israel war on Iran disrupts Gulf supplies through the Strait of Hormuz. In their collective commitment to support oil market stability, the 7 participating countries decided to implement a production adjustment of 188,000 barrels per day. OPEC Plus said in a statement, making no mention of the United Arab Emirates, which quit the body on Friday.
Spirit Airlines, a budget carrier in the United States, has begun winding down operations, cancelling all flights after talks with the Trump administration to secure a $500 meters bailout failed. Experts say a spike in aviation fuel prices from the US-Israel war on Iran dealt the final blow to the struggling airline that pioneered the ultra-low-cost carrier model. The airline's shutdown after 34 years has left some 17 zoo and staff members unemployed, many passengers stranded, and raised doubts about the future of budget air travel.
And it was love at first sight. It felt like scouring the mall, dipping in and out of sprawling department stores in search of a specific, elusive item, only to finally find what you're looking for. And I didn't even know I was searching for something like the X-Tank X3 because I never dared dream of something so delightful, a tiny MagSafe compatible e-ink reader that could attach to my iPhone like a pop socket. This was it. And my life would change forever. I would get my hands on the X-Tank X3 and I would stop doom scrolling forever. I would read more books than ever before, which is saying something since, brag, I read at least 50 books a year. But not a brag, I probably spend even more time on social media than I do reading. I know that I feel generally less anxious when I limit my social media time, but alas, the siren song of TikTok beckons me. And what if instead of opening social media, I could just flip my phone over and read on a tiny Kindle-like e-ink screen? Could this $80 gadget fix me?
Police on Sunday arrested 2 suspects allegedly involved in the sexual assault of a woman employed at a pizza outlet in the Sabaroni area, police said. According to a police spokesman, the case was registered after the victim lodged a complaint accusing the 2 men of abducting her while she was on her way home, taking her to a deserted building, and assaulting her.
And Iran is replacing a big chunk of its trade logistics from the United Arab Emirates with Pakistan's ports and highway network following new transit arrangements between Islamabad and Tehran. According to Iran's Fars news agency, Pakistan has taken a formal step toward activating a transit corridor with Iran. The country's Ministry of Commerce earlier issued directives allowing goods from third countries to pass through Pakistani territory en route to Iran.
The Higher Education Department, HED Punjab, on Sunday decided to improve the quality of higher education across the province through the establishment of colleges of eminence in every tehsil. According to officials, the initiative aims to align the education system with modern requirements and provide students with better academic facilities and improved learning opportunities.
Managing Director, MD of Punjab Safe Cities Authority, PSA, Mohammed Ahsan Yunus, on Sunday revealed a transformative digital safety upgrade under Chief Minister Maryam Nawaz Sharif, unveiling panic buttons and smart apps for instant response, seamless coordination with authorities, and faster emergency support, alongside integration of educational institutions into the system. Talking to a local news channel, he said the Punjab Safe Cities Authority, PSCA, has highlighted its multilingual key features to ensure that citizens from all backgrounds can easily access and understand the system.
Journalist Ansar Abbasi has sparked debate on social media after urging Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif to take notice of men and women exercising together in gyms across Islamabad. In a post on X, Abbasi said mixed workouts by men and women in Islamabad gyms were creating moral and social issues. He asked the authorities to immediately set separate timings for women and men and ensure strict implementation. OPEC Plus agreed on Sunday on a modest oil output hike for June, an increase that will remain largely on paper as long as the US-Israeli war on Iran continues to disrupt Gulf oil supplies through the Strait of Hormuz. 7 OPEC Plus countries will raise oil output targets by 188,000 barrels per day in June, the third consecutive monthly increase, OPEC Plus said in a statement after an online meeting. The increase is the same as that agreed for May minus the share of the United Arab Emirates, UAE, which left the group on May 1. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif called on PMLN's Supremo Nawaz Sharif at their Jati Umrah residence in Lahore on Sunday. A statement issued by the PM's office, PMO, said, adding that the Middle East conflict and the political situation in the country were discussed during the meeting. Punjab Chief Minister Maryam Nawaz was also present on the occasion.
Iran has offered a new 14-point proposal to the United States in the latest diplomatic step to reach a permanent end to the war, which has exposed the limits of US military dominance and shaken the global economy. Responding to the new proposal on Saturday, US President Donald Trump said he is studying it but is not sure he can make a deal with Iran, a day after he voiced frustration with a previous offer from Tehran through the mediator Pakistan.
With the odds stacked heavily against him, Golden Tempo stormed to an improbable victory at the Kentucky Derby at Churchill Downs, making trainer Cherie DeVoe the first woman to saddle the winner of the most famous horse race in the United States. Sent off at the odds of 24-1 in the race on Saturday, Golden Tempo broke slowly under jockey Jose Ortiz and trailed the 18-horse field before threading through traffic and unleashing a late charge from the outside to claim the run for the roses by a neck on a brisk day in Louisville, Kentucky.
2 activists from a Gaza-bound humanitarian aid flotilla who were detained and abducted by Israeli authorities have appeared in court in Israel. An Israeli rights group representing them says Saif Abu Keshek from Spain and Brazilian Thiago Avila attended court proceedings in Ashkelon on Sunday. Miriam Azem, the international advocacy coordinator at Adala, told Al Jazeera.
And 2 women thought to be from Sudan have died while trying to cross from northern France to the United Kingdom in a small boat, French officials say. The women, believed to be in their 20s, were on board a boat carrying 82 people, Christophe Marx, a regional government official, told reporters on Sunday. And the start time for the Pakistan Super League 11 final has been changed. The PSL 11 final will now begin at 8 p.m. instead of 7 p.m. Hyderabad Kingsmen and Peshawar Zalmi will face each other in the title clash. And with World Cup 2026 tickets still on sale just weeks before the June 11 kickoff, prices now range from around $380 for the cheapest group stage seats to an eye-watering $2.3 million for final tickets on several resale platforms. The most expensive official group stage ticket currently available is for the United States opening match against Los Angeles, priced at up to $4,105, according to the Associated Press, AP.
Senior meteorologist Mohammed Aslam on Sunday warned of rising temperatures across southern Punjab, Sindh and Balochistan, and advising the public to stay hydrated exposure between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. as a further 3 to 4 degree increase is expected after May 6. While speaking to a local media outlet, the expert said that with rising increase in patients, hospitals are witnessing an increase in patients suffering from heat-related illnesses. Sindh's Senior Minister Sharjeel Enam Memon on Sunday acknowledged that the Bus Rapid Transit (BRT) Red Line had proven to be a very tough project for the provincial government, but asserted that there had been no delay on its end. Speaking to reporters in Karachi, Memon said the Sindh government had to make some difficult decisions on the BRT Red Line after all other options were exhausted.
And Nigeria has summoned South Africa's acting High Commissioner over a spate of recent attacks on foreigners in the southern African nation. Nigeria will formally convey its profound concern at a meeting on Monday over incidents in South Africa, saying they could affect existing relations between the countries, according to a foreign ministry statement.
The Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway once carrying roughly a fifth of the world's oil and gas, remains effectively closed after the United States and Iran imposed competing blockades. Naval blockades are one of the oldest weapons in warfare, requiring no ground troops or invasion, just the ability to cut off what an enemy needs to survive. These blockades have reshaped economies, societies and alliances across generations, sometimes with instant shockwaves, sometimes with effects only seen later.
And Punjab has decided to introduce satellite internet service as part of its plan to accelerate digital connectivity across the province. PMLN leader and Punjab Chief Minister's senior advisor Senator Anusha Raman announced the decision while speaking at a leadership summit at a private university in Lahore.
The Federal Constitutional Court has struck down a notification that granted lifetime additional perks to former Balochistan chief secretaries and their widows. The court also dismissed an appeal filed by the Balochistan chief secretary against an earlier ruling of the Balochistan High Court.
And Karachi is facing intense hot and humid weather as the temperature reached 40 degrees Celsius, while the feels-like temperature climbed to 46 degrees Celsius, according to the Pakistan Meteorological Department. Officials said high humidity has made the weather feel much hotter than the actual temperature. As a result, residents are facing increased discomfort across the city.
The Korean Embassy's 2026 K-Wave Festa at Serena Hotel Islamabad drew heavy public attention after social media users reported overcrowding and mismanagement at the venue. The Embassy of the Republic of Korea had scheduled the cultural event for May 2 at the SBC lawn of the Serena Hotel. The event was planned from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. and was open to the public free of charge.
And the Pakistan Customs Anti-Smuggling Organisation, AS, has foiled 2 major smuggling attempts in South Punjab, seizing illegal goods worth more than Rs. 204.9 million during intelligence-based operations. According to officials, the first operation was carried out at Sawa Shahid Chowk in Muzaffargarh, where customs authorities intercepted a Bedford truck travelling toward Hyderabad.
Sindh Senior Minister Sharjeel Enam Memon on Sunday acknowledged that the Bus Rapid Transit BRT Red Line had proven to be a very tough project for the provincial government, but asserted that there had been no delay on its end. Speaking to reporters in Karachi, Memon said the Sindh government had to make some difficult decisions on the BRT Red Line after all other options were exhausted.
Japanese researchers are developing an oral drug that could fundamentally change how osteoporosis is treated. Treatment in the coming years can soon change from slowing bone loss to actively rebuilding bone tissue. The findings are linked to ongoing research efforts reported from Osaka Metropolitan University and related scientific coverage.